bit. Feeling good because I think there is potential for the crypto market, especially in the area of Bitcoin, to see some positive change maybe in the near future. I was looking on my Stock Twist account a little while ago, and I was looking at the lines and everything, and I noticed there was a sharp increase in a few of them. Nothing too, major, but just enough to notice. And I said, well, let me see if there's news. Maybe somebody knows something or something like that's going on. So I looked and I saw a link on one of the crypto chain chats that was going on, and it was actually an announcement from Coinbase. Now, what's interesting about this is because a little while ago, for everyone who saw the first video that I made on the possibility of Bytecoin being added to Coinbase, you will remember that I talked about seeing a tweet in which I forgot the guy's name, but the PR lady for Bytecoin, Jenny Goldberg, responded to the tweet, and she responded by saying, to the question rather, was is there any potential that Bytecoin could be added to Coinbase? And she said, well, we're doing everything that we can do on this end to see that that happens. I said, wow, that's pretty interesting, because she just somewhat acknowledged that it is their goal to be added to Coinbase. Now, for everyone that knows, any crypto that's added to Coinbase just sees growth out of this world. I mean, it skyrockets. And if this is true, this would be great, because Coinbase is one of the largest crypto exchanges. I believe last time I checked, they have more members than Charles Schwab, which is just outstanding to say the least. But on the link, and I will put a link to it on the bottom of the screen, you'll notice that it's talking about Coinbase from the Coinbase blog, Coinbase Custody, which is different from just a regular Coinbase that you hook your credit card or debit card or checking account to link assets or to bring or trade. Coinbase Custody, which deals with more of the major crypto needs of companies and industry leaders, they are thinking of adding some new assets. Now, the interesting thing that I will have to note is that these assets are only being considered by custody at this time, and this announcement has no bearing on trading-based products. Well, that's true, and that's very clear that they're saying it, but I think me and you both know if they have a shot to even be on custody, chances are that they're probably going to eventually make their way to the main Coinbase platform, which everybody uses. Now, the interesting thing about it is that a little while ago, I talked about this, and I got some folks, they were saying, oh, it's no way possible Bytecoin could ever be added. First thing, whenever you're dealing with crypto, never say never. Now, I'm not going to say tomorrow it's going to be worth $1 million, because you have to deal with certain things like market cap and, the volume and all those things. But there's always the possibility of certain pieces moving into alignment. To bring things back into perspective, some of the cryptos that are going to be used on the custody platform are going to be everybody's favorite, XRP, which I was an early adopter of XRP, EOS, Monero, which interestingly enough, a lot of people don't even know that Monero is actually a fork off the Bytecoin platform. They're using the crypto note technology. Neo, Dash, another anonymous NIM, VeChain, see some other one, Bitcoin Gold, BitShares, Ion, Ontology, Steam, Dogecoin, which I was surprised. Dogecoin, really? Maybe they just want to give folks the options of playing. But in my mind, when I think Dogecoin, I still think of meme coin, but they're going to add Dogecoin, of course, Psycoin, or Saycoin, it depends who's saying it. I'm incurably Southern, so I say Psycoin, Nano, Telegram, and if you'll notice on the second line, it lists Bytecoin. You heard it here first. And the interesting thing is I had no information from the inside. Yes, I'm going to toot my own horn because I said it, and I know it'll sound like it was this guy has to be just trying to do a pump and dump scheme. No, Bytecoin is the original anonymous cryptocurrency all the way back from 2012. Its total coin total is around 184 billion. they're almost mined up. It's going to really hit some price stability. Uh, I I just said I really don't understand how Monero, which is Bytecoin Jr., could have more attention than Bytecoin. Well, I can tell you why. Marketing and Bytecoin's development team. I mean, these guys are like ghosts, and I told you guys about that last time. You guys need to cut it out. Get a public face. Thank for what Jenny Goldberg's doing, but I'm sorry. A picture of a young girl on Twitter responding and stuff. That doesn't build the most security to me. You know, we need to get some faces on this thing. And I understand, you know, they're going to say, well, you know, Bitcoin, we don't even know who this guy is. True. But the goal is to get adoption. Eventually, Bitcoin is going to lose its market share, and it's going to lose its influence as other crypto technologies with better programs are going to evolve and things like that. So you don't really want to compare yourself to a technology that we already know is headed out the door. Maybe not tomorrow or next year, but it's happening pretty soon. So this is interesting, and I'm just going to read a little bit of the article to you because I think it's just something that we ought to pay attention to. Coinbase Custody is exploring the addition of many existing and forthcoming crypto assets for storage only, and will be working to add them as quickly and safely as possible. At this time, we have not considered these assets for trading, so they say. We're making the announcement internally at Coinbase and to the public at the same time to remain transparent with our customers about support for future assets. Now, the reason that they're putting this out there, because you remember when they added Bitcoin Cash, if you look at the charts, the candlesticks, all this stuff, the day before Bitcoin Cash was released, you'll see this major just woo, wasn't too big, but still, it was a lot of buying to be coincidence. And it turned out there was insider buying, took advantage. I mean, I don't, and people have used that to somewhat try to derail the legitimacy of crypto and all of these things and say, well, this is the reason cryptocurrency can't be trusted. This is the reason why you don't want to trust it, because insider, the stock market has insider trading. And I mean, how, dishonest would you have to be to try to say that crypto is totally unique in this aspect? There's so much insider trading going on. A little while ago, Martha Stewart, and it just kind of ticks me off because the SEC and all those guys, they just try to use anything they can to try to bring something negative about crypto. But all of the arguments they use about crypto are pretty much the same arguments that are true about fiat currency, which is kind of like almost like the pot calling the kettle black, at least is what we say in the South. So it's interesting, but they're trying their best because they don't want any more of those lawsuits. We don't like those things. They make you lose money. And of course, Coinbase is all about the money. That's why their fees are ridiculous. So in order to not seem like they're the godfather of the crypto world, or that they got some kind of crypto monopoly, they're trying to add more things, because what they don't realize, there are a lot of exchanges that are vying for an opportunity to really be perceived as a major option for a lot of first-time crypto users. For the folks who are only accustomed to stocks, Coinbase is the first trading platform that most of them are going to get signed up on. What they have started to realize that you got Circle, you got Ripple, and I mean Ripple is going, not Ripple, excuse me, Robinhood. They've been adding like crypto states are getting added on, and people are loving it. And the benefit is, I can, in theory, will be able to take assets from my stock profits and be able to put them in crypto in the same one. How convenient is that? That's pretty convenient. So if they don't get a pull on the show, somebody's going to take it from them. And see what's going to happen to Coinbase. And I just hate to be the guy to say it, which I'm usually always the guy that says things that should be said. They are going to be a victim of their own success. It's almost like, what's that company that delivered food and things to folks' house? Blue Apron. A little while ago. I remember when Blue Apron stock had their IPO, it was like $20, and now they're like $1.60 or something. They're pretty low. The issue is, what Blue Apron does is not unique. It can be imitated. It can be recreated. Somebody else can do it and do it better. It's like when you go into the office and you need to make a copy of something. Everybody says, go Xerox this. Well, there isn't a Xerox machine in the building, but the concept of what Xerox does is associated with the action. What I'm trying to say simply is that you just may be the first person to do it, but that don't mean that you're going to be the one that's going to have market dominance or be the most profitable or even be in business 10 years from now. So if you don't respond to the need of the market and give the people what they want, when they want, and how they want it, you are going to be left in the dust, because there's always going to be somebody that wants to do what you're doing. Now, what was interesting here is that the asset additions to Coinbase custody have no bearing on whether they will be added to other Coinbase products. So they say. But I think we all know by now is that I'll believe it when I see it. I mean, they could get these things on the custody program, and then we could turn around, wake up in the morning, boom, 5 of them are added. How does this relate to Bytecoin? I know I'm going all off the subject. They are in Coinbase's radar. That's good news. Coinbase knows that they exist. They understand what it does. And if Coinbase, I mean, these guys, I can imagine they have serious analysts. They got folks there, I mean, that are just, they got little guys in rooms and just feeding them chips and soda all day. And they just got calculators. They're just going through regression analysis and all these things. They know what has potential, because we got to remember, they are there to make the money. If they are listing Bytecoin as an option, they're telling me that they see major potential in this crypto. Bytecoin is the type of cryptocurrency that it has true anonymity, that you really can't figure out who did what. A lot of these guys that are saying that they're anonymous cryptocurrencies, they really aren't telling the truth when they say that. Bytecoin really does that. I think there's a lot of potential here. And I think there is a lot of things that could take place. By the way, that article was written by Sam McGavel. I think that's his name, which is interesting. I have said it, and I've been saying it for the longest. I do not understand why Bytecoin is this cheap. I don't believe for the future that Bytecoin is going to remain this cheap. I was listening to a guy, I think he's Bytecoin Guru, and he does a really good job at making sound arguments. What I understand and what my viewpoint is, just because people don't agree with what I'm saying doesn't mean that I'm not right. Like an idiot, and I tell this story all the time. I remember before Ripple had its major run, when it was still in the decimal size, I remember this guy used to come to the bank all the time. And by the way, my background is in banking and finance. I have a bachelor's of business, a master's of business administration. I'm working on my doctorate in finance. And he would come in, he was working outside. And, you know, of course, you sweaty. That's what you do when you're outside. And he would tell me about this cryptocurrency all the time, Ripple. Ripple. And I was like, okay, Ripple. And one day, I actually decided to listen to this guy. You know what I found out? That this crypto could do what it took us days and seconds. And when he said it, I'll never forget. I said, it does what? How fast? But you know what I did? I procrastinated. He tried to get me some thousands of Ripple. At the height of its popularity, around January last year, it was around what? I think it was close to $4, or about a little bit over $4. If I would have bought it when it was cheap, like he told me to do, I'll be very well off right now. Not that changes who I am, but lesson learned. I think the same opportunity exists for Bytecoin. They have already proven that they can hit the 1 cent range. You may say, what's that? It's a lot when you look over the course of time. And with all these guys on the Senate committee hearing, and I have to do another video on those guys, what complete jokes. I mean, they have no idea what they're talking about. I'm like this. I don't know anything about building rocket ships. So you're not going to see me sitting on a council or a committee that's going to determine who can fly rocket ships and who can build them when I don't even know what they are. That's how I operate. But obviously, to be an elected official and obviously to make laws, you don't have to have that level of common sense. I was sitting there watching, and and the guy, I forgot the guy's name, who was trying to get them to make everything illegal. He was just like, well, I just think we ought to ban cryptocurrencies. I don't understand them, that I don't like them. They're new, they're different. I've never seen it, and I don't like things that are different. And they would try to explain to him what it was, and he was like, "Listen, young man, listen. I do two things. I chew bubble gum, and I regulate things. And I'm all out of bubble gum." You know. I just was looking. I mean, it astounds me that they have the mentality, instead of trying to help an industry grow, you know what we're going to do? Let's regulate it to death. The type of growth that we're seeing in the crypto world, the stock market can have the same kind of growth if you took your hands off everything. You put regulations. And my thing is, if you guys were so good at stuff, you would have stopped so many other things from happening, like Enron and all these things. You guys are only good for after the fact, when something finally happens. So you think I would trust you with determining how I can rig things?